Can you believe it? Can you believe it that it's been 5 days and yet the biggest news is still Floyd Shivambu? It's been 5 days, and you thought that the story will have died out, but it still continues. And so, what do you make of this? Now, I got few things that I want to read for you from the commanders who are still concerned and still worried about what is happening. Well, listen to a few of the people who are still talking about this thing. You would think it will die, but I have Mzizi here at X account at Mzizi Mbambo 2. This is what he says. He posted this. He says it feels like Ngaliwe Intombi. I thought I'll be able to run it off in a couple of days, but I'm still numb. Sisi says it feels like Ngaliwe Intombi. So now you can imagine the emotional pain that these guys are going through, uh, caused by the decision to remove their secretary general. That is one of the tweets of the X, right? And we have now Ezemvelo Zulu saying that, posting the picture of their former SG, saying simply the best. And then we are fighting for. Now, this one says, we are not begging the reinstatement of our SG, but we demand it. And you remind the statement, we are not begging, we are demanding. This is what their Secretary General said when he was talking about leadership refusing, to unite with the Progressive Caucus. He said, we'll stop talking to the leaders and we'll go direct to the people. And he said that this unity, we are not begging it, we are demanding it. And so here is this one saying, we are not begging the reinstatement of OSG, but we demand it. Right. And we've got Ria Sibi posting also saying, Gauteng, Pumalanga, and KZN protect our liberation movement. So it appears that these guys are not resting. These guys are feeling the pain. These guys are in pain. In fact, ayibaphathanga kahle lento eyenzekile ku-SG wabo. So they are retaliating. They are protesting. In fact, these are protesters protesting to what happened to their SG. Now, Recibe, what she has posted, in fact, she says Floyd Chivambu or nothing. And there's a march, by the way. March, by the way, it says here on the poster, 20 June 2025, 10 a.m., Commissioner Street, Johannesburg, MK offices. So there's going to be a march. And it says here, Umkhonto Wesizwe GP MP Ground Forces, peaceful picket, and protect His Excellency President J.G. Zuma and the MK demand consistency in the application of MK Constitution. Bring back SG Floyd Shivambu. The protest goes on. A special one at Hlophe 5. The MK Party National High Command took the harshest decision to remove our SG. Abayilungise. We can't lose such a leader going to the local government election. Siyala, Mbela. Protest, protest, protest. Commanders are protesting. And at Marxist Leninist, absolutely, Hanki, the people shall march and the people shall govern. Again, he posted the what is it, the flyer here or the brochure here, protect the MKP, repeating the march on the 20th of June 2025. Same address, Commissioner Street, Johannesburg, MK offices. So this thing, I don't know if it's gonna happen or it's not gonna happen, but these guys are busy, busy, busy here on the streets. Again, he says, Marxist Leninist says again, the future does not have space for both the Duzile and the MKP. One must succumb. I mean, this is serious. The future does not have the space for both the Duzil and MKP. One must succumb. Things are happening, things are happening, things are happening. And again, Raisibe says they don't have a say. They don't have a say in their organization. Leaders are imposed on them. Their favorites are sabotaged, sidelined, perished, but they never complain in public, only in their corners. MKP is not your cult. We love MKP, not in our name. The people shall govern. We reject fiefdom. So here she was actually replying to an EFF member who was getting involved in what these guys are talking about. And she says they don't have a say in their organization. And let me read this one. They don't have a say in the organization. Now look at what this is Tembega at off underscore unisex. It says EFF members saw nothing wrong about the humiliation of Dr. Moiseni Ndlozi by Julius Malema, and they are justifying it. This shows that Julius Malema and his followers are worse than Zuma. At least many of us MKP members are bold to openly blame Zuma. Wrong is wrong to us. So Rahesebe was responding to something like this, and it says here EFF members never protested when Moiseni Ndlozi was treated badly by Julius Malema. And it is true, none of them, they were all quiet. So they're saying we are not like EFF members. When the leader does something that is wrong, we keep quiet and say, oh, the leader is right. They're saying here at MKP, we have freedom, we talk, we voice our dissatisfaction, we voice our complaints. Unlike in your organization, I don't know what you make of it. Did fighters defend Ndlozi? Did anyone of the EFF come out and say what you're doing to Ndlozi is wrong? Did that happen? I know a man who, when the the elections were of the national leadership were about to be held, he protested and said, "No, you are imposing Godrich Gadi to us. We don't want that." And and the guy was suspended, removed from the EFF. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. Did any of the fighters defend Moiseni, or nobody said anything because of fear? By the way, if you will say something, elections were just around the corner, and maybe you were going to suffer. I don't know. I don't know. What's your take on it? Remember, we just giving you information that is out there. We're not giving you anything that is not out there. So it says they don't have a say in their organization. Leaders are imposed on them. Their favorites are sabotaged, sidelined, patched, but they never complain in public. So they never complain in public. They complain in private corners. Did any of the fighters complain publicly about what was done to Mbise Ndlozi? And then again, we continue here. I think this is all I'm gonna give you now, and then let me give you my thoughts and my view, my perspective on some of the things. Do you guys know that Drusilla said that above Floyd they are Mafikizolo, but there's another Mafikizolo who is in the highest position in the party. That is John Hlophe. John Hlophe is a Mafikizolo. John Hlophe announced his joining of MK in June of last year. June of last year. So now, John Hlophe is the deputy president of the MK, and he is a Mafikizolo. But nobody is talking anything about him. Why? Is it because he's Zulu? Because if you have a problem with all the Mafikizolo, if you are paging all Mafikizolos, it should start there on the top. Hlophe must go because he never campaigned. He never spent millions of monies to campaign for MKparty. So is it really that these leaders or Tutuzile, they have a problem with Mafizolo, or they have a problem with some of the Mafizolos? Because we should be consistent. And I think this is what the commanders are fighting, saying there is no consistent. Some animals are better than other animals. Animals are not treated the same way in this animal farm organization. I say some animals are better than other animals. You understand that? So let's see consistency. If we have a problem with everybody who figures on, all the Mafizulos must be treated the same way. In other words, we should be expecting Judge Hlophe to be removed very soon. We should be expecting more calling Makubela, who is now the chief whip of the MK. We should be expecting her to be demoted and to be taken out. If we have problems with Abu Mafikizolo, and then all Mafikizolo, we should see Brian Mulife, Siabonga Gama, Bolaki Montana, all those geniuses, all those geniuses there in parliament, the Mafikizolo, we should see them out in order for us to be consistent, isn't it? We're complaining that the Mafikizolos, they've come and they've taken over. So let's remove all the Mafikizolos. Why only target one specific member? SG, this is the question. Why are you only targeting SG, your own SG, and you're destroying him and his political career? So these are the things that are happening today, and I hope that this story will continue throughout the week. I believe this story will continue throughout the week. Do you realize that now Floyd Chivambo is almost at the same level as Jacob Zuma? You guys, you don't understand. Floyd Chivambo is almost politically and influentially is almost at the same level as Jacob Zuma. You have KZN, you've got Mpumalanga, you've got all. In fact, fewer individuals don't like for Floyd. It's a less number that does not want Floyd. But the majority of the commanders, they're not happy. So what I'm saying is that you're talking about the decision of Zuma against Floyd. So Floyd now, it's almost on the same level with Jacob Zuma politically. In other words, this has made Floyd the second influential politicians in SA. You may not be getting it now, but you will get it soon. And another thing, what MK has done has opened the ground for a new formation of a political party. It may not be a new political party, but something can be done now because MK has left that game. You know, MK came and occupied that space, but now it has moved away from it, opening a gap for anybody who may come and say, look, MK is just like ANC, MK is just like EFF, MK is just like the DA. They're not serious about liberation. We are coming now as a legitimate. We don't care whether you're coming from EFF, we don't care whether you're coming from ANC, we don't care whether you're coming from MK. If you come here, we want to work and we'll prioritize your skills because that's what we thought MK was. And but now it has changed. So I don't know what you think about it, but this is what is happening. Um, yeah, more is coming. But I tell you, this is not about to die out. It's not gonna die out. I'm gonna read again the tweet of Msizi Mbambo too. I love it. It says, it feels like Ngaliwe Ntombi. I thought I'll be able to run it off in a couple of days, but I'm still numb. Emotionally damaged. Emotional damage. All right. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe. Don't forget, subscribe and help us to grow. All Things Podcast SA. Thank you for watching. Subscribe there. Please subscribe.